Andor, Season 1, Episode 1, the brand new Star Wars show that is a prequel to Rogue One. They have announced that in total the show will have 24 episodes and it will only have 2 seasons. And it's the first ever Disney Plus show that has more than 9 or 8 or 6 episodes, which is always great. And we're like, yay! More! Can we have more of that? If these episodes are going to be like 30 minutes long, can we at least have some more episodes? But anyway. But, hey, and at least we know we're going to get a season 2 of this show, right? Leading to the events of Rogue One. The thing is about this episode is as much people are crazing about this, and as much as people, like this is being talked about the first episode. I haven't seen 2 and 3 yet at this point. You never know. But for me, this episode I found to be boring. Now, if you, I know some people might say, "What, you want fucking explosions all the time and lifesaver battles? You know, it's character development, man, and all that." Like, I get that. Guess what? I love people talking. Guess what? You know what? Some scenes are my favorite scenes in like big budget films when characters are talking. My favorite moment in the first Avengers movie is not the Battle of New York. It's not, Hulk versus, Thor. It's none of those moments. It's when they start bickering on the hand carrier. The scene before Loki escapes and Hulk is introduced into the movie and all that glorious stuff. I love talking scenes, even the big budget stuff, right? But in this episode, I just like, this is redundant. Like, literally, most, 70% of this episode is Cassian walking through the streets, bumping into people, saying, "I did something wrong, and truly, you might not see me again. So, what's happening? Oh, I can't tell you. It's for your own safety." It happens like 3 times in this episode. And then a 4th time, he walks across the streets and he bumps into 2 people who's like, "Cassian, you owe us some money, man. Give me, where's my money? Where's my money, man?" You have that scene. And I'm like, what's the point of that? Why is that a point? Why? Like, the whole episode is explained like, okay, he has killed 2 Imperial soldiers, 2 Empire who work for the Empire, right? And the Empire is trying to look for their murderer who killed them, which of course is Cassian. And Cassian is trying to look for his sister. Now, they're trying to make us care about about his sister because we haven't seen her, we haven't met her, she wasn't in Rogue One, so we don't have a investment to her. But these flashbacks with with a ship crashes on this indigenous island, and these indigenous people has taken them as their own. And I'm like, okay, it's neat, that's a neat idea. But all I know is that there were raised by a tribe, by an indigenous tribe. That's all it is. So I'm not yet vested with the story of him trying to find his sister. I'm not invested with him trying to run away. And I think the problem is I know he gets away because he dies at the thing is, we saw, it's not like Obi-Wan, right? Where it's the midpoint of the story. It's the midpoint or semi-midpoint before the events of his death, right? So that's interesting. It's like, man, what the hell are you doing, right? Now, with this, Cassian, we know he dies. We saw the final chapter of his life. So, I'm like, I think I can't be invested. Like, I'm that guy who tries his very hardest, right? And by episode 2 and episode 3, everything might be smoothly and everything will be calm. And maybe because I thought Rogue One was fine. I didn't thought it was like fantastic. So it could be that whole thing, right? But I try my hardest with prequels to pretend that the previous thing that is attached to it, or sequels or whatever, does not exist. And make it truly stand alone on its own merits, right? But I think I can't do it. Like I listen, I'm talking about like tapping out the show. I'm not going to watch the remaining 11 episodes, but technically 23 episodes. But it's just this show so far has not hooked me because it's not like the Empire stuff. I'm like, it's the Empire, you know. But and I need to talk about this. The fucking like the cinematography is beautiful, right? It's beautiful. But whoever thought of putting that little dark glim at the bottom of the screen for the entire episode, or I guess the entire show, I'm like, why? Why? It looks like you have half a screen. It's stupid. It's absolutely right. I'm trying to look at this beautiful cinematography, and I can't because half of the place screen is faded black. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying to look at like these CGI dogs, and I'm like, this is pretty good, but I can't bugger all see them. I can't see them because they've faded to black of half the screen. It's just, it was driving me insane for the entire episode. I think, like, even if the story was gripping, I think that would, like, totally grip me out, because I'm like, why is this the thing? Why? Explain yourself right now. Explain yourself, because I'm just, But anyway, I'm ranting on. Hopefully episodes 2 and 3, and hopefully for season 1 we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hooks me in. Right now, I'm like, this is a dull show at this point. Hopefully it changes my mind with the other 2 episodes that's coming out